Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
John, thank you so much.
Well, we're at one of the special screenings for Sarah's Oil in Kansas City, where Miss Rector came right after the Great Depression, so we're happy to be here. Sarah Rector, she's a hidden figure. She's someone that the world needs to know about. In the early 1900s, she had oil on her property, and against all the odds, she fought through and was able to fight the guys that were trying to get the oil from her and her property from her, and she became the first black millionaire, female millionaire. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and we actually filmed and showed the family a few months ago, and we were so delighted when they were just going crazy and they were crying and they were laughing, and so the family is in full support of the movie. No, absolutely, and in the climate that we are in the world, you know, here's a young girl that, against all of the odds, against all of the things that were happening in the early 1900s, she didn't allow it to shake her, to get in the way of what her goal and mission was, and that's a great message for right now in 2025. You know what, it was really about all what I thought little girls around the country really needed to see. You know, the script was incredible. It was very incredibly written by Cyrus Nowrasteh, and I just felt like her resilience is something that we need to see right now. That you'll win if you don't quit against whatever you may be facing. What is your oil? What is it that you need to get on the other side of it? And you can actually do it if you persevere and stick to it.
I love the film. I'm so proud of Naya. I think she does a wonderful job emulating and just channeling Sarah Rector. She just brings a joy and a spirit and a spunk to the screen with Zach. We just fell in love with her when we met her, and we just pray great things for the story, the message, and the family. I've worked with Cyrus Nowrasteh and his wife Betsy Nowrasteh, writers, and he directed the movie before. Phenomenally talented, authentic, historian, has to know his stuff. We got the rights to a book. He was such a delight to work with. I mean, he had dogs, he had kids, we had incredible difficult weather, we had thunderstorms, ticks, everything Oklahoma could dump on us happened. And he's a soldier. He just is a soldier for God. He did a great job, and I'm so proud to be a small participant in a big movie. Really cool. Well, it's funny how it's not just what we're doing, telling a great movie, it's how we do it. And this movie, if you weren't a believer or a person of faith before you started, by the end you were like on your knees, because this movie drove us to prayer and worship, because here we are tonight. We're very joyful.
Sarah's Oil, true story, based on the power of faith by this little 11-year-old girl in Oklahoma in the early 1900s, and ultimately it becomes a story of good versus evil at about the midpoint, where you're fighting for the righteousness of this little girl and her faith that nobody else can see. Our entire cast was amazing, and proud of them, because here you have, like, anytime you do a period piece, it's so challenging to be able to recreate authentic moments so that the audience really gets sucked into what it is that the story that you're trying to tell. And you know, our little Sarah, who's now grown up, my goodness, did such a great job, because it's one thing to be able to lead a movie as an adult, but to do it as a young person at that age when we filmed her, I often go, that is extraordinary. It's absolutely extraordinary, because it's so difficult, it's so challenging, and she displays Sarah's essence in such a way that's so poignant and so perfect, that you will, as an audience member, you'll get sucked in, because she is so well-spoken, and she was well-spoken at that time, that you go, okay, wait a minute, she might just be smarter than the adults she's kind of interacting with. And there was probably some good parenting going on here, and you kind of see that in some of the clips of the home that we see between Sarah and her parents. And so it's easy to root for her very quickly as you watch the beginning, the first act of this film.
Well, I'm excited for the world to see Sarah's oil, find out who she was, Sarah Rector. Yeah, I think that, like, you know, fighting for what's right and having faith under, like, you know, pretty insurmountable odds. And it's a story of adversity, integrity, courage. It really is, you know, it's a triumphant story. I'm really psyched for people to see it. So Mace, I feel like, is in many ways, you know, Zach's kind of, he grounds things. You know, he's the realist. And I also feel like he sees a lot of himself in Sarah. And so I think he, to some degree, takes it upon himself to become kind of her protector. So, oh man, it was wonderful. And it wasn't it wasn't like typical films where the director says cut and everybody walks away. I think we had this kind of unspoken singleness of purpose with this thing to tell this story. And so we were all just very familiar on set, and, you know, we hung out, we'd have brunch, you know. I was away from my girls for a while, so to be around that spirit, Naya, who's she's extraordinary in this, was just really wonderful. I think when you're doing a biographical film like this about someone who is not as acknowledged or known as she should be, we all, it became a point of service for all of us, yeah, which changes things, you know. I love to see things in theaters. It's a community film, and so it should be seen as a community, yeah.
Very, very exciting. I'm so excited to be portraying Sarah Rector. I mean, it's a story that hasn't been told before by anyone, so I'm really excited to be playing her. Yes, I mean, again, no one's ever heard it before, and when I heard that she was the first black girl millionaire ever, I was just so ecstatic. I think she was a very brave person, and she was very faithful. She loved her family and her friends, and she would do anything to protect them. It was an amazing experience. Cyrus is an amazing director, and I really look up to the other actors that were in this film with me. I think they're amazing.
It's almost, I'm still trying to find the words. It's just surreal. It's surreal. It's definitely surreal. This is a dream come true. Our father wanted this to happen many years ago, but bringing her back to life today in this event is just absolutely amazing. I absolutely love the film. It is phenomenal. It's a mixture of emotion and laughter and happiness, and you kind of have a tear, and at the end of it, you're just elated. So the movie is absolutely wonderful.
And I've never heard a thunderous applause at the end of a movie in my life until I saw this movie.
It is. 50 years in the making. It's not what we wanted, but it's here. And that's what's most important. And we love it.
Absolutely, absolutely, because there's something in it for everyone. Caucasian men and women, black men and women, Hispanics, Native Americans. I mean, even animal lovers could get it with blue. They're going to love blue. You know, there's something in it for everyone. So they really did a job when they made this movie.
And I was going to say, like he said at the end, the applause, and even throughout it, people were laughing. I mean, of course you'll enjoy it at home, but in the theaters with others, you can really feel the camaraderie, the joy, all the different emotions. I was out, when we watched it in Oklahoma, it was a lady in front of me crying, you know, so you really have that sense of community.
Yeah, and we felt that way, but it was nice to see that it wasn't just us, that everyone felt that way.
Yes.
So it was absolutely amazing.
And you couldn't get that at home.
Theater is
Couldn't get that.
It's best. It's better because then you're not just going through your own emotion, and you get to see the emotions of all those that are there with you. So it just makes it even better to me.
Absolutely, absolutely agree.
We're going to continue her story through the Sarah Rector Foundation that we just recently started. So we would love for the community to support that as well.
Yes, that's how
Continue
we will keep
her
her
legacy.
legacy alive.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It feels good. It feels good. I like how they portrayed her as a little girl. We knew her when she was an adult, but just imagine how it was when she was a child.
To have faith that things will happen. You just have to believe, and just hope that it's going to happen. You got to trust God that He will lead you in the right direction.
Oh my God. She would just bubble over with joy that the things that she suffered through and got through is actually on screen, and other people are feeling what she felt at that time.
Right, and for her to see her family, that would be just ideal for her to be able to see her family, her and my mother, as we are today. These are the women that I believe that she would want us to be. Oh, they did a perfect job. They did. Yeah, really excited about the whole thing. They did an amazing job.
A couple reasons. Number one, I'm just a lover of movies. I love a good movie. I love a great movie. I love a great story, and this is a very compelling story, so definitely want to be here. But more importantly, it's a story about my family. I am the great nephew of Sarah Rector. So for those of you keeping score, she is my grandmother's sister on my father's side. No, it's actually crazy because, I never met Sarah Rector. She died before I was born, but as a kid growing up in the 70s and the 80s, I would always hear my family, talk about her. Never like in a complete story, but you know how you hear family tidbits or you pick up pieces here or there. So it's kind of like putting together a jigsaw puzzle, but it wasn't until the internet came along and you were able to discover more information about her that it started clicking. I was like, oh, wow, wait a minute. This person was really something special, and I just happened to be related to her. So then I started doing my own research, and now I've figured out like how big her impact has been. It's a true American story. It's a unique slice of Black history, and her presence meant a lot to Kansas City, Missouri. I just want people to be inspired. I also want people to learn the true story because, some of the information online is not all accurate, but this film does a good job of telling the factual story of what happened. And I just want people to be inspired because that's what good cinema does. A great movie inspires you. A great movie forces you to have a conversation after the film. A great movie forces you to do research later because you want to dig deeper and deeper and find out more. And I think this film will do just that.
Sarah's Oil, we play Joe and Rose Rector, Sarah's parents, and gosh, it was just an absolute pleasure, a gift, a blessing to make the movie, to be a part of this film. It's an amazing movie. Yeah.
I think it was a long time coming. Cyrus Narasta, our director, and his wife Betsy Narasta, they co-wrote it, and they poured their heart into this thing. They found out about this story, which most people do not know about, and they said this deserves to be told, and they wrote it in such a way, that I think everybody can relate to and be inspired by, and it did. It took a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of pushing the wagon up the hill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's so crazy that we're here now. We're about to be at the world premiere. We're here at the premiere here in Kansas City, where the Rector descendants live. We're so excited. A lot of them are here tonight. I heard
so
around 130 of them are here.
I know,
and we met one man earlier today. His great grandparents were Joe and Rose Rector. So,
that's right.
We're doing this for them.
Yes.
We're doing this because it's a lost piece of Black American history. We're doing it for the Lord. We're just excited to be here. Our son is here too.
Yes.
So that's super exciting.
Oh, we absolutely need these stories. These are the stories that should be brought to life.
That's right.
These stories happen. It's real American history. It's things that nobody knew about. I know we certainly didn't know about it before the script came our way. And that began a journey of just delving into this part of the past. It's not really talked about, and so it really is. It's an absolute pleasure to be able to bring this to life and show the world.
Well, I hope they come away learning something they didn't know. I hope they come away with their understanding of the past of this nation being altered just a bit for the better. I also hope we hope they come away with more faith, right? We hope that people are inspired just like we were.
Yeah, to see what it looks like to walk out faith in practical terms. It's one thing to learn about it, to kind of philosophize about it, but then to actually stand by your convictions and walk out, walk through trials, walk through obstacles in faith, and allow whatever the result is, allow it to happen, because what's important is that you walk true to your faith and what you believe God is telling you.
That's right.
Well, I mean, how it came to be was John Shepard, who's been a friend for many years, is one of our producers. He and Cyrus, were working on this. Cyrus and Betsy obviously wrote a wonderful script, and then John sent me the script, and he said, "Hey, man, I really think this is something that you would want to be a part of. We believe in this. We would love for you to come along board and help to bring it to the world." And I happened to be on a flight to Tulsa from Austin. I live in Austin, and I was flying to Tulsa, where the story takes place. So the timing and the coincidence of that, was very fated, I think, and I couldn't put it down. It was an incredible script and an amazing story, and I couldn't believe that I'd never heard of it, and that nobody I knew had ever heard of it. And it's a story of perseverance and faith and strength and grit, and I just thought this story must be told. It needs to be told. And Bert was such a juicy role to play. And so as soon as we landed, I emailed John back and I said, "I'm in. Let's do it. Let's make this happen." And then, for years, the three of us were pushing this boulder up a hill, trying to find someone with money who would believe in this and who would support it. And unfortunately, the fine folks at Kingdom Story and Wonder Project and Amazon said, "We believe in this, and we want to make this movie a reality and bring this to the public." And so here we are on a red carpet celebrating it. So many talented folks in front of the camera, behind the camera. Just really grateful for the entire family that we were given, and that everybody, rolled up their sleeves. I mean, it was, like most movies, it's a miracle to get them made. The weather was not conducive all of the time, but miracle after miracle, we were able to make our days and get it shot, and everybody brought all of their talent and all of their heart to it. And similar to Sarah's faith in what drives the story, was a lot of collective faith, believing in this from day one all the way to the end, all the way to here.